Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about what happens when we have the planet Jupiter placed in the sign of Leo in our birth chart. Now obviously this is going to depend on, there's more information to really consider, like the house placement. So what house is Jupiter in Leo placed in? What planets are aspecting this, and things like that. So before we get into the analysis of Jupiter in Leo, I'd just like to let you guys know that I am a Vedic astrologer. So I do Vedic astrology readings, and you can check those out at vincent.thunderwizard.com. The link is down below in the description as well. And you can also click here to check out all my products, services, courses, everything that I have to offer. It's right here at linktree/Gebo the Shaman. Alright, and yeah, and you can see everything that I have to offer up here. All that stuff. Alright, so then we have, so let's get into Jupiter in Leo. So Jupiter in Leo. So in order to better understand this placement, we need to understand what Jupiter means, and then we'll talk about what Leo means and put them together and come up with our own analysis of it. So Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, the planet of growth, the planet of knowledge and wisdom and spirituality, things like that. In the Vedic texts, in the Vedic system, Jupiter is called Guru. So that means teacher. But Guru, if you look at the actual, break it down into syllables, is basically it means someone who brings light to the darkness, so someone who brings enlightenment, somebody who brings knowledge, wisdom, things like that. So yeah, it's a very positive planet, and Jupiter is one of the most beneficial planets, so wherever it's placed, it will give you good results. And Jupiter in Leo, so we have Jupiter in Leo, and Leo is the sign of creativity, self-expression, living from the it's the sign of the ego. So a lot of people get bent out of shape about, I must die to my ego, I must, dissolve my ego, blah blah blah. No, you need an ego. Ego just means I, it means yourself. If you don't have an ego, you don't have a self. So ego is very important. However, it's the imbalance of the ego that people want to dissolve. So they want to bring the ego into balance, basically, is what they're really, well, I don't know, I can't put words in their mouths, but I would say that it's more important to have a balanced ego than have a unbalanced ego, so Leo here is all about creativity, self-expression. It's all about the self. It's about royalty, regality, being in charge, being a leader, being a king, things like that. So Leo, of course, is the lion, and that's ruled by the sun. So this sun, so the sun is all about, self-expression, putting yourself out there. It's for all to see. It's the brightest planet in the, solar system, or the brightest, I guess, star in the solar system. In astrology, we refer to it as a planet, but yeah, you get the gist. So, anyway, so what happens when we have Jupiter here in Leo? Well, someone with this placement would, and you know, it's well, I would say they would have a big ego. They would think that they know it all. They would think that they would, you know, they think that they're, you know, they would be really like confident, self-confident, and have a big ego and things like that. And they could even be like a teacher, because, you know, the Leo is also a sign of like education and learning and things like that. So having the planet of the teacher here in the sign of learning and the ego and self-expression and things like that. It's also to do with creativity and self-expression. So it's Leo is not all bad. So, but the thing with this placement is that they could have an inflated ego. They could have a false sense of self. They could have, you know, where they, you know, basically, here's something to kind of explain to you guys. So, the ego, you know, if somebody lacks self-esteem or like lacks a good sense of self, they're going to be likely to overcompensate for that. They're going to be likely to, you know, really like you know, think of themselves as better than everybody else, more important than anybody else. And there's a tendency for narcissism here in this placement. However, oh yeah, yeah, it's just like, you know, Jupiter expands things, so it brings a lot of positive results into this placement. So, I mean, I would say if you have your sun in here with Jupiter, oh man, like you would have a super big ego. But I mean, so that's the important thing to know, guys, is people with deflated egos have to overcompensate and, you know, really become egotistical and all about them and how they look and, you know, whatever, and that can breed narcissism. So, but if you actually have a balanced sense of ego, then, you know, things are going to, you know, you won't really like care what other people think about you, because, you know, you love yourself, you like yourself, and you have a good self-esteem. So it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about you. If you have a balanced ego, you'll be okay with you, and that's all that matters. So, yeah. So, you know, this is kind of what Jupiter brings. Is I get the feeling that it can bring an inflated ego, but I mean, yeah. So, with this placement, you will be likely to teach other people, have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. The positive attribute of this placement is knowing yourself. So Jupiter is the planet of knowledge and wisdom. Leo is is the sign of yourself, the self, the ego. And so this can bring great knowledge of self if it's balanced. So if Jupiter is working positively for you, then this will bring great knowledge of yourself. And that's good, because self-awareness is key. That's important. So anyway, guys, this is just my take. If you would like a Vedic astrology reading from me, then you can go to vincent.thunderwizard.com. Links down below in the description. And you can also go here to linktree/Gebo I also offer distance energy healing, sessions with me, where I do the Qigong stuff and do all kinds of stuff. So yeah. So then we have the career coaching and life coaching. The career and life coaching is basically where you get together with me. The career coaching is just a one-time session. The life coaching is an ongoing session, as much or as little as you need it, at least once a month. So we have that. And the career coaching is important because it basically, a lot of people are floating around in the world not knowing what the hell they're supposed to do. They're just kind of aimless and wandering around, and that's not good. So, you need direction in your life. You need purpose. You need meaning. So, the career coaching is designed to make you aware of your path and purpose in this life, designed to make you aware of your soul desire and things like that. So, it's all about, finding what you love to do. And then, so in the career coaching, we'll find out what you love to do through a series of questions and guided meditation, just to get your mind loosened up and thinking creatively and things like that. And then we'll go into the questions and we'll figure out what you want to do. So, and then we have the Shamanic ritual magic courses. So, those are designed to go into the 9 levels of your psyche. And, it's like throwing hand grenades into your unconscious mind. It basically clears out all of your unconscious blocks, which means that you'll have to become aware of them and conscious of them, which can be a little bit challenging, but hey, it's worth it if you want your perfect, wealth and prosperity and happiness and things like that, and love and all that. And then we have the emotional awareness course. So the emotional awareness course and the support groups are basically designed to go hand in hand, and the emotional awareness course basically makes you aware of your emotions, helps you become aware of them, and gives you coping mechanisms to make them a little bit less intense and a little bit more tolerable. So a lot of people have trouble with their emotions, thinking that, if they feel things, then it's not going to be good, it's not going to be safe feeling things, having emotions. And it is safe, and it is a good thing. So the emotional awareness course helps you to, overcome all your resistance to your emotions and things. So anyway, guys, we have the Cosmic Qigong and the Self-Transformation Challenge. You can see me doing Kundalini Yoga there. The Self-Transformation Challenge includes yoga, Qigong, and meditation, a guided meditation. So that is very powerful. And it also includes higher level practices. So when you sign up, it has different tiers to it. So if you master the first level and you want to go up to the second level, then you do that. Then you go to the third level, and then I'll be building and expanding on those practices as we go. And then we have the Cosmic Qigong here. So the Cosmic Qigong is basically a beginner's level Qigong course, and it basically gives you very simple positions, very simple exercises. All of the stuff that I teach is super simple. It's not complex at all. It's not hard at all. And basically it gives you simple exercises that you can do, but the thing about the simpler exercises is that they are some of the most powerful. So, just sitting in your with your hands in yin yang pose, like this hand at the navel center, just like this, that is a very powerful meditation. And so I hear a lot of my students asking, okay, so where are the higher level practices? Where are the higher level things? And I'm like, well, first you gotta master the basics. So master this, and then we can talk. Master this, and then we can go on to other things. And the thing is, you need to make it a daily practice. Self-discipline, the ability to just do a daily discipline, is so important. So anyway, guys, I'm rambling, but just wanted to share that with you. And so if you are not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. 90% of you guys are not subscribed, so go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, and that'll help me out, helps the channel out, helps get the word out. And a like always helps. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will talk to you next time. Peace.